Hi everyone. I'm going to surprise and make you feel wow at the true incident. The best Christmas present in the world, combining the touching story, historical background, and a heartfelt message for today's world, is written in a warm, clear tone for young readers. Michael Morpurgo is a beloved British author who has written many stories for young readers, often about war, peace, and the power of love and imagination. He also wrote the famous novel War Horse. Michael wrote the best Christmas present in the world after reading real soldiers' letters and learning about the Christmas truce of 1914. His writing helps us remember that behind every war there are real people with hearts, homes, and dreams. The Christmas tree remains a powerful symbol of peace, compassion, and common humanity in times of conflict, even today. I am going to explain to you this summary in three parts. The first summary or title is The Story Hidden in a Desk. The second title is A Christmas Like No Other. And the third title is Touching End. Now let's see the first title, A Story Hidden in a Desk. You may wonder what story is hidden in a desk. It is very interesting, real and miraculous event that happened in 1914. Once, the author decides to buy a roll-top desk which he was badly in need. He went to a junk shop in Bridport, a town in Dorset, England. He searched and searched. He couldn't buy the best desk. The author did not have much money, so he found a roll-top desk made of oak. It was badly damaged. One leg was missing, the veneer was coming off, and the roll top was broken into several pieces. In spite of its condition, the author decided to buy it because he was badly in need. So he felt he could restore it. He brought it home on Christmas Eve. He placed it in the workroom at the back of the house and started working on it on Christmas mornings. While he was doing it, he discovered the hidden compartment. The second title is The Special Christmas Like No Other. It is a real event from history happened by the Christmas truce of 1914. More than 100 years ago, there was a terrible war called World War I. Soldiers from many countries were fighting in cold, muddy trenches in France and Belgium. Life was hard. The ground was frozen. The food was little, and danger was everywhere. Among the soldiers were a young British man named Jim, fighting in the trenches of World War I in France. He missed home very much, especially at Christmas. He often wrote letters to his sweetheart, Connie, telling her about the cold, the noise, and how much he longed for peace. This letter is very personal and exceptional. He writes it on Christmas Eve to his wife Connie. The letter leads us to a touching and emotional encounter. Dearest Connie, I write to you with a much happier frame. Something magical, something remarkable, and something wonderful has just happened. It was Christmas Eve, and the night was quiet. Suddenly, from across the battlefield, the British soldiers heard a soft, gentle sound. The German soldiers on the other side were singing a carol, Silent Night, in German. The British soldiers were surprised. Slowly, they joined in with them the English version, Silent Night, Holy Night. Voices rose into a cold night air. Enemies were singing the same song. Then someone called out, Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas to you! And there was a reply, Merry Christmas to you too! Little by little, brave soldiers from both sides climbed out of their trenches. They walked into the space between them called No Man's Land. They were supposed to be enemies, but instead they were shaking hands, smiling, and even laughing and exchanging the Christmas greetings. Jim could not believe it. Jim and the German captain shared about their profession and their interest. Others passed around warm drink hats. It felt like a dream. And then someone brought out a football. The soldiers kicked it around and played a friendly match. British versus Germans. Right there on a snowy battlefield. No guns, no fighting, just a game. Third and last title is Touching End. After reading the letter, the narrator is deeply moved by the letter and decides to hand over the letter to Mrs. Coney Macpherson. Now, she is an elderly woman, age of 101, living in a nursing home. He eventually found and gives her the letter. Coney, though confused and aged, she believes that her husband Jim has finally come back to her. She holds the letter close and says, You told me you would come home by Christmas, dearest, and here you are, the best Christmas present. Dear students, this lesson gives us four important themes. The first one, humanity in war. Even enemies can be friends when there is compassion. Second one, peace and brotherhood. A powerful message that peace is always possible. Love and memory. Connie's love for her husband keeps her going even after many years. Next one is hope. The letter shows that even in terrible times, moments of hope. From this lesson is you are witnessing a world with many front lines, but it's also a world full of promises. Learn from history like the 1914 Christmas truce and other peaceful gestures. Build empathy through your classrooms, friendships, and digital connections. Even small acts matter when they are rooted in understanding and respect. Human lives are precious beyond borders. The conflicts above remind us of the cost of inaction. Sustainable peace always requires diplomacy, justice, and inclusive leadership. Let today's crisis unite, not divide. You hold the power to choose lasting peace over I hope you have understood this story very well. It gives us powerful life lessons, especially relevant today for 2025. In many parts of the world, people still suffer because of war. Families are separated, children lose their homes and parents, and soldiers are sent far away from the loved ones. Young minds, you are the future leaders, scientists, thinkers, and dreamers. Learn from the past, even in the middle of the war. Ordinary soldiers like Jim McPherson and the German soldiers chose peace over violence, songs over bullets, and football over fear. Today, you have more power than ever through education, technology, and your voice. Use it to build bridges, not walls. The pen is still stronger than the sword. Peace is not just the job of anyone, it starts in your classroom, your friendships, your choices. The story of the Christmas truce of 1914 reminds us that enemies are also human with the families, hopes, and dreams. If soldiers in muddy trenches could stop fighting to sing and play football, why can't we stop wars today? In 2025, war has evolved, but the cost remains the same. Lives lost, families shattered, futures destroyed. Let us not wait for history to repeat itself. Choose dialogue over destruction, empathy over ego. This reminds us to promote peace in today's divided world. Human connection matters in a digital age. Real emotion and heartfelt actions, like returning a letter, are more meaningful than ever. History teaches empathy. Stories from past remind us that we are all connected. In 2025, with the rapid technology, we must still value human stories and memories like the Christmas truce remains a powerful symbol of peace, compassion, and common humanity in times of conflict. Remind us that soldiers on both sides were people with hope, families, and dreams, not just enemies. We are all human. We all want peace. We believe and hope that we all become peacemakers.